สวัสดีครับ Hello there and a warm welcome to Monday Morning Episode 5. The subsequent testing confirmed that powdery substance discovered by Secret Service at White House on Sunday was cocaine. The detail will be in just a moment. I'm Pumarpi Kamsom. Here are the headlines. Prachachart Party leader Wan Muhamad Noor Matha was chosen unopposed after being nominated by the leader of Move Forward Party.
I'm a group of royalists met with Senator Somchai Sawangkarn Tuesday urging him not to vote for a prime ministerial candidate whom they believe intended to undermine the core institution of the nation.
I'm Bustagon Thong Alam. The voting for the positions of 38th Prime Minister of Thailand is slated for July 13.
I'm Edson Antwerp in World News. Heavy rain continues to fall in western Japan. The country's weather agency is urging people there to be on alert for landslides and warnings to evacuate.
Let's take a look at starting point. Your word in just 1 minute.
It is hot and it's very draining.
In Phoenix, there hasn't been a day cooler than 110 degrees this month, with excessive heat warnings expected to last through at least next week.
They actually found cocaine at the Biden White House, and they found it in the West Wing. We all suspect Hunter, let's be honest. He was there 2 days earlier. He was there 2 days later. Does anybody really believe he's totally clean and sober? And
The Democratic Party is in the raising mode after the party is now trying to find the new leader of the party.
คิดว่าตอนนี้ก็คงจะเป็นเรื่องของที่ประชุมแต่ผมเองไม่เคยพูดไม่เคยให้สัมภาษณ์เลยนะครับว่าจะลงหัวหน้าพรรคแล้วก็เข้าใจเรื่องข้อจำกัด
เป้าหมายสำคัญที่สุดที่เราสมัครก็คือว่าเราต้องการปฏิรูปพรรคอย่างแท้จริง
This program is made possible by the Department of Foreign Languages and listeners like you. Thank you.
On Tuesday, Wan Muhamad Noor Matha was chosen unopposed after being nominated by the leader of Move Forward Party. Following this, the House proceeded to select the first deputy speaker with two candidates vying for position: Prachachart Sutipada, an MP from Move Forward Party, and Withiya Paradai, a list MP from the United Thai Nation Party. The selection involved a secret ballot to determine the winner. Prachachart secured 312 votes, while Withiya received 105 votes. Meanwhile, 77 MP abstained from voting, and 2 ballots were invalid. Prachachart became the first deputy speaker. Phirapan Sari Rathavipak, the United Thai Nation Party leader, has elaborated the reason to nominate Withiya Paradai for the first deputy House Speaker against the nominee from the Move Forward Party. He said that the party wants to symbolize the declaration in order to protect the highest institution from amendment, the less majesty law by the party. As for the selection of the second deputy speaker, Thavi Sot-song, an MP from Prachachart Party, nominated Prachachart, an MP from Pheu Thai Party. Since there were no other nomination, Prachachart elected as second deputy speaker of the House. On Friday, the House Speaker and Deputy House Speaker have received the royal endorsement.
A group of loyalists met with Senator Somchai Sawangkarn Tuesday urging him not to vote for a prime ministerial candidate whom they believe intended to undermine the core institution of the nation. Somchai mentioned that the Senate was making effort to persuade the Move Forward Party not to modify the less majesty law, as doing so would only escalate conflict within the country. He further stated that the proposed amendment would also make the Senate feel uneasy with income the voting for the Prime Minister.
The voting for the positions of 30th Prime Minister of Thailand is scheduled for July 13. A joint sitting of the Thai Parliament will convene on July 13 to vote for the next Prime Minister, House Speaker elect Wan Muhamad Noor Matha said. He was speaking one day after he was elected as the House Speaker. He chaired the meeting with Parliament Secretary General in preparations for him and his deputies to receive the royal command confirming their positions. When he officially becomes the Speaker of the House, we will call the first meeting of the House of Representatives on July 20 to discuss technical issues. He said that one joint meeting of the House and Senate may be enough. If Move Forward Party's candidate Pitha Limjaroenrat can muster the combined support 376 MPs and senators. One said that the voting for the Prime Minister is to take place on July 13. The voting for PM will be done as many as time is needed. The 8 coalition parties will nominate Pitha Limjaroenrat for the 38th Prime Minister for just 2 terms. If he can take the positions, the Parliament will find the breakthrough.
Outspoken Senator Somchai expressed his disbelief towards reports that the coalition is trying to buy the Senate's vote to help Pitha Limjaroenrat become a PM because they would need to buy over 70 senators. This week, the Senate will hold an internal discussion. Seri said if the Move Forward Party refused to back down or amending the least majestic law, Senate would never vote for him. Meanwhile, the Senator Kittisack Ratanawaraha revealed that there would certainly be more than one party nominating candidate for Prime Ministerial position on the day of the vote, while he reaffirmed at his original stand of not supporting Pitha. Kittisack now mentioned that if Pantongtae Shinawat or Setha Thavisin, both from the Pheu Party, were nominated, he would consider supporting them. He also urged Pheu to break from the Move Forward, led by coalition, in exchange for his support.
The National Anti-Corruption Commission (NACC) has disclosed the assets of 40 former members of Parliament, with Move Forward Party leader Pitha Limjaroenrat being among them. Pitha's assets were found to have dropped by 41 million baht from 2019 to 85 million baht at the end of his term as MP in the Parliament that was dissolved in March. Bawaraj Onkatok has the detail for the start of Pitha's term.
Thank you very much. At the start of his MP term in 2019, Pitha and his support reported a combined 137 million baht of assets, but then assets belonging only to Pitha amounted to 126 million baht compared with the most recent disclosure, which the Pitha no longer in malice. His assets have dropped by 41 million baht. I am Bawaraj Onkatok for Monday Morning.
The United Thai Nations Party (UTN) will not nominate its leader Phirapan Sariratvipak as the prime ministerial candidate to compete against Move Forward Party's MFP leader Pitha Limjaroenrat, according to UTN Secretary General Ekanath Prongpan. Mr. Ekanath posted a message on the UTN's Facebook page on Thursday, saying his party nominations of its deputy leader Vithaya Paladai to compete for the post of first deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives on Tuesday will not lead to the nominations of Mr. Phirapan for the post of Prime Minister in the Parliament July 13.
Word of the Day is presented by the Department of Foreign Languages.
นำเสนอโดยกลุ่มสาระการเรียนรู้ภาษาต่างประเทศ
คำศัพท์วันนี้เสนอคำว่า Prime Minister สะกด P-R-I-M-E เว้นวรรค M-I-N-I-S-T-E-R อ่านว่า Prime Minister ตัวอย่างประโยค The voting for the position of the 30th Prime Minister of Thailand is scheduled for July 13. การเลือกนายกรัฐมนตรีคนที่ 30 ได้ถูกกำหนดไว้ในวันที่ 13 กรกฎาคม
Welcome back to the Monday Mornings World News with อดิศร ยังเจริญ
Anawin, thank you. Heavy rain continues to fall in western Japan. The country's weather agency is urging people there to be on alert for landslides and warnings to evacuate. Areas along the Sea of Japan were hit by intermittent heavy rain through Saturday. Landslide alerts are in effect for parts of the prefectures of Miyagi, Hiroshima, Shimane, Fukuoka, and Oita. Rainfall in Shimane and Yamaguchi prefectures surpassed 200 millimeters in a 48-hour period. Several rivers exceeded flood risk levels in the prefectures of Yamaguchi, Hiroshima, and Saga. Officials in Izumo, Shimane Prefecture say a vehicle fell into a river and turned upside down with a man trapped inside. Officials say they found the car, but no one was inside. An active front is expected to remain stationary over Japan's main island of Honshu. It is likely to bring heavy rain to the west and north of the country through Tuesday. Officials say the rain may be accompanied by lightning and high winds. They are advising people to be on alert for flooding and rising rivers. The investigation to find a person who brought cocaine into the White House will be concluded on Monday, but that may not be enough for House of Representatives from Republicans. Fox News Hindenburg has a story.
The White House buying time on the whodunit story developing since last Sunday. Who left a bag of cocaine in a cubby in the West Wing of the White House?
So we'll let the investigation unfold. If it involves someone from the White House, the appropriate consequences will ensue.
The Secret Service says it's doing DNA analysis on the cocaine and reviewing security camera footage and staff and visitor logs. But officials say it's possible that they never solve this one. Florida Republican Congressman Mike Waltz says it's a massive breach of security.
Set aside this cocaine, a white powder that could have been anthrax or some other type of chemical or weapon of mass destruction gets that close to the heartbeat of our government.
Kentucky Republican Congressman James Comer, who chairs the House Oversight Committee, sent a letter to the Secret Service director asking for answers by mid-July, saying, quote, "This alarming development requires the committee to assess White House security practices and determine whose failures led to an evacuation of the building and finding of the illegal substance." The cocaine was found near the highly classified Situation Room, but Jake Sullivan said today that that space is under construction and has not been used in months. President Trump's former lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, dismisses the idea that this case cannot be solved and said Friday that he could find the culprit with a list of people who had access to that area of the White House and some lie detector tests. In Washington, Molly Henneberg, Fox News.
That's it for me. Now back to you.
Thank you.
I'm Busakorn Thongalam.
I'm Anawin Khatharong.
I'm Phumrapi Khamsom, and our team here. Thank you for listening. See you next time.